Just to help us out, what we're looking at, this is an infrared map. So this is an example of active remote sensing where we put on our infrared goggles and take a picture here. So this is going to be detecting temperature. And of course, if you've got clouds in the way between the infrared beam and the surface, that's going to pick up a cooler temperature because clouds are, of course, at a higher elevation. So this is also another way to kind of showcase water vapor. And what we got going on, we can already see in the Atlantic Ocean, you can see convection type of clouds. And then there in Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Missouri, you can see a low pressure center, and coming out of that, a cold front. So it's about halfway through its life cycle. So we're going to put this sucker in motion. So some of the things you should know is that predominant west to east pattern. Once again, this is here in late January, early February. Now, continue with the same week, the same weather pattern that we're looking at, but now this will just purely pick up the water vapor. So this is using a different technique, but still uses remote sensing to pick up water vapor. I think this does a much better job of showing the various phenomena that I'm trying to explain. Once again, what we're looking at, the places, if you see any black on the screen, that is a dead giveaway that's clear skies, and probably a high pressure is somewhere dominating that area. A real quick narration as far as what we're looking at. If you look over on the right-hand side out there in the Atlantic, you can see a cold front has come and swept its way through, and behind that, those clear skies that are typical with the cold front passing through. Now, if you go up to North Dakota, follow North Dakota, what's currently spiraling there, and follow it, and identify if that's a low pressure or a high pressure. Now we can see that low pressure that's over there off the coast of the Atlantic there, just east of Virginia and North Carolina. It's that cold front's going to clear out and continue to move further out to the east. And so one of the things you're going to notice is a high pressure that comes in and dominates much of the United States in the following images. Now that low pressure that was in North Dakota has dipped down further to the south, and now you can see a little bit more of the warm front characteristics. You can see the cold front characteristics. You can see how that cold front comes right through eastern Tennessee, extreme tip of Georgia, central Alabama, all the way down to southern Mississippi and Louisiana. So one of the things you'll also note is as this sucker continues to migrate, you're going to see that cold front and that high pressure become even clearer. Now we're going to move to a different time of the year. We're going to move now to June. So this is starting on June 20th. So very, very, very close to that summer solstice. We're going to see a whole lot more convection. So we're going to see convection. One of the things you'll note is that as we go through, you'll be able to see when it's day and when it's night. Although the water vapor is being shown 24 hours a day, when the convection, you'll be able to see those popcorn clouds pop up during the day when, of course, that heating's occurring. We're going to note a lot of the same ideas, the mid-latitude cyclonic systems, but we're definitely going to see more of a high pressure. We're going to see more black on these images here. That's because the subtropical high pressures moved up and migrated up more into the southern United States. So we're going to see a little bit different patterns than we did with the previous January maps. And for those convection clouds, really focusing on the Florida and Mexico. And those we're really going to see those nearly every afternoon thunderstorms that occur from the superheating of a surface that has water there, and you get the evaporation. This is kind of that positive feedback loop. Now, if you look at the bottom of the map, if you look just above the NOAA, you're going to see a hurricane. One of the things that's quite interesting, well, it's not really a hurricane, it's a tropical depression, but you're going to see that extremely great example of a low pressure. So a hurricane, we're going to talk about this in a future video lecture, is a extreme low pressure. Now that extreme low pressure is now just south of South Padre, just south of the southern tip of Texas.